like maybe I'm just used to reading lighter, fluffier stuff now, but I still enjoy a good thriller, so I have to be like really strategic about when. Hello book besties, and welcome back to my channel if I'm a new face to you. My name is Lauren, and today I have a truly bone-chilling thriller book review for you. Like, guys, it was so creepy I couldn't read it after dark. And I had to make sure I read it while I was at my parents' house because I was too scared to read it while I was in my own apartment. And like, maybe I'm just used to reading lighter, fluffier stuff now, but I still enjoy a good thriller, so I have to be like really strategic about when and where I read it. If you haven't already guessed, today I am reviewing Mary Kubica's latest bestseller, She's Not Sorry. Before we go any further, I need to give a quick spoiler alert to anybody who is wanting to read this book entirely spoiler-free. If you are familiar with my book review videos, you'll know that I can't give a full book review without revealing some of the spoilers and plot twists that are in the book. So, especially for thrillers. So if you are wanting to read this book completely spoiler-free, pause this video, go read the book, and then come right back and we can have a chat. But if you have read this book, or if you have no desire to and you just want to watch this video, or I don't know, maybe you do want to know what you're getting into, go ahead and keep watching this video. And for all of you who are still with me, go ahead, get comfy, get a nice little warm beverage because this is a chilly winter read. And let's dive in. She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica is a gripping thriller set in the heart of Chicago in winter. It follows Megan, a dedicated ICU nurse and a single mom to a teenage daughter. And she is assigned to care for Caitlin, a woman who has been admitted into the ICU for supposedly jumping off a commuter bridge to unalive herself, supposedly. But in a shocking turn of events, the police stop by and now they think she's been pushed. But there is more to Caitlin than meets the eye. There are secrets that Megan starts unraveling as the tension mounts. At the same time all of this is happening, a mysterious man is attacking women all over Chicago. He's stalking them and then assaulting them in their doorways, essentially. And his attacks are inching dangerously close to Megan's life. With a chilling atmosphere, shocking twists, and characters that will keep you guessing, this book expertly weaves together suspense and emotional depth, and it will keep you hooked until the very last page. Before we get way into this review, let me tell you, this was a great book. Like, I've read a few of Mary Kubica's other books and they are all phenomenal, but this one probably is my favorite of hers to date. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. Also, I would like to say thank you to Park Row Books for sending me a copy of this book. And please note that all opinions expressed in this review are my own. Okay guys, let's get into the full review. Once again, Mary Kubica has delivered a phenomenal thriller and crafted a story that is both character-driven and hauntingly engaging. Like I said, I couldn't read this book after dark, and I had to make sure I didn't read it in my own home, and people had to be around. Like, if my parents went to bed and I was still up reading, I could not read this book. The protagonist, Megan, is a kind, hardworking single mom and an ICU nurse. She is just the type of person you would want an ICU nurse to be. And this dedication to her family and to her profession is highly relatable to almost all readers. I think all of us know at least some form of nurse in our lives. But there's another character I haven't quite mentioned yet, Nat. Her storyline is equally gripping. And I found myself rooting for her to leave her abusive husband Declan and cringing every time she supposedly went back to him. As Megan uncovers the truth about Nat, the tension escalates beautifully in the book and led up to what I'm calling a mini climax about halfway or 60% into the book. And it was shocking and satisfying, and like, I did not see it coming. And being a person who loves thriller books and like knows the art of them, not knowing that a plot twist is about to happen and not guessing what the plot twist is the best feeling. And like, if you are a thriller reader, you know what I'm talking about. The atmosphere of the book is chilling and immensely immersive, with the gritty backdrop of Chicago amplifying the tension and danger surrounding Megan's world. And the descriptive prose throughout the story captures the city's eerie winter ambiance perfectly. And it drew me further into the story. True to Kubica's signature style, the writing was fast-paced and simply impossible to put down, while also balancing intricate character development with a relentless sense of suspense. The plot was expertly constructed and keeps readers guessing until the very end, up until Megan's confrontation with Caitlin's stalker, who visited her in the hospital after following her from California to Chicago. I was convinced it was a dangerous ex-boyfriend that she was talking about, or had some sense of, but no. And this layered storytelling really kept me engaged. That's one of the things I've learned about myself. I need multiple stories happening at once, and this book delivered. From the outset, the book hooks you with Megan's unease of treating Caitlin as an ICU patient, and this intrigue builds steadily. As Megan builds a relationship with Caitlin's parents, who come to visit her daily in the hospital, you can see her warming up to Caitlin on a personal level, which made the plot twist even crazier. Like, I was shocked, guys. But the interactions that Megan had with Caitlin's parents helps her to relate to Caitlin on a more personal level, even imagining her own daughter in Caitlin's vulnerable position one day. This emotional connection added a lot of depth to Megan's character as well as Caitlin's character, making Megan's decisions and the story's developments all the more impactful. The tension surrounding the attacks on women in the city was masterfully done. Like, I knew there was something up with that, and I knew it would lead to the climax. It was so good because every instant kept creeping just a little closer to Megan. And also, I totally guessed who it was because he just gave me the biggest creep vibes. And the collision of these storylines definitely delivered the payoff that was deserved, because it was as thrilling as it was unsettling. Even Megan's ex-husband, Ben, adds layers of suspicion and complexity, with his behavior straddling the line between concern and creepiness. Okay guys, last warning, if you do not want spoilers, last warning, because I've got to talk about it now. I can't keep my mouth shut anymore. The reveal that Nat, the battered woman that Megan was trying to help out, was actually Caitlin and is Ben's ex-girlfriend, that is shockingly plausible. Like, I've seen crazier stuff happen in real life. So, and just the idea that like Caitlin wanted revenge on Megan for some weird reason, or just to like destroy her life for some reason, it was so spooky. And while I wished for more explanation on why Ben and Caitlin broke up, the ambiguity adds to the thriller's appeal, and it leaves just enough unanswered questions to keep readers thinking and guessing and everything that you love to do with thriller books. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica. Her writing never disappoints, and this book was no exception. It's fast-paced, clever, and filled with twists and turns that kept me guessing every minute. So if you are looking for a gripping thriller to read this winter that has layered characters, an atmospheric setting, and twists that you won't see coming, She's Not Sorry is definitely right up your alley. If you want to get your own copy of this book, the paperback is now available on January 31st, 2024. There's also a link in the description. Now I want to hear from you. Have you read She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica, or have you now added it to your TBR. I have a lot of questions if you watched all the way through this video and all the spoilers and you've still added it to your TBR, but like, I'm not gonna judge you. And if you love discussing all things thriller, drop me a comment with a thriller book that I must read this winter. I'm always on the lookout for more book recommendations from you. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss out on a video. I post a new bookish video for you to enjoy every Friday. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy reading, book bestie. Bye!